Okay, good day. It is the early evening of Friday, March 22nd, 2019, in the lunar cycle Geese on the Eagle Moon. And welcome back to Ryan's channel about making burritos. Yeah, it's dinner time, so I'm gonna make up a batch of burritos, and I'm gonna eat one and I'm gonna put the rest away and freeze them like I did in a previous video. But in any case, it's been a week, believe it or not, since my last update, and so I thought, while I'm making the burritos, I might as well do the weekly update. Not a lot has changed, but I'll tell you what's been going on. Well, on the wildlife side of things, the small mammal movement has continued to be underway. I've been receiving calls almost daily, not quite daily, from people who want traps set up around town, and some of those traps have been hitting, others not quite so much. There's one that I think I documented in a previous video here on the west side, where there was a hole going under a shed, and that one has continued to get hits. In fact, today we had a skunk there that I went and picked up, and at this point it doesn't look like they're actually coming from the shed. They might just be neighborhood skunks that are being caught, because we blocked the hole a little bit and it hasn't been unblocked, and yet there's skunks in the trap. So a homeowner in that case is going to cut his losses and leave our business at that. So 4 skunks in. I had another call earlier in the week at the same place, for skunk number 3 out of 4. And in that one, it was late in the day before I got notification, and so I happened to be kind of babysitting at the time, and so I brought the 3 kids with me on that, which was an adventure.
Listen to his words, Ryan.
I'm gonna get grounded.
Yeah. No, Ryan's bigger, right? You're like 7 years older, 6 years older.
How many years older?
8 years older. Are you 8 years old?
Am I 8?
Yeah, 8 years old.
I'm a little bit older than 8 years old.
Because you have white hair.
I do.
5?
I do.
85?
Am I 85 years old?
Yeah.
No.
86 years old?
No, I'm pretty much younger than 86. When we actually did the pickup of the skunk and the release of the skunk, I had William, the older boy, the 6-year-old boy, do the camera work for me. And even though at times I thought, well, he was afraid at first, like pretty afraid to get anywhere near the action, and so he hung back.
I'm standing right here, Ryan. Stand closer. Closer. Is the skunk in there?
Yeah.
Hi, Stunky.
skunk. He's right in there.
He's right in there, guys.
All right, let's go.
Let's go. So guys, I failed. Okay.
That's a good enclosed trap. Once he realized it was pretty safe, then he had kind of fun with it, and I don't know how his footage. I guess his footage has turned out all right. I took a quick look at it, but a lot of times when I was looking at it, the camera was going one way and his eyes were going another, and so who knows? Might be a little shaky. And then I had another skunk on the south side of town, and that was that same residence where I got the raccoon last week, and we were trying to catch the skunk, and finally the skunk had gotten in there. So the skunk is out, and that's another contract that now is closed. Yeah, it's no wonder the small mammals are on the move, because our days have been like absolutely gorgeous. I've been most of the time barefoot and in shorts and t-shirt and like totally back to summer mode, really. Even so much so that I felt like I needed to go check the rattlesnake dens one day, and so I went and touched base on a couple of them, including Mandy's den. But in no case did I find any snake had risen, and that's not really surprising to me. It's not the usual time for that to happen yet. But it's so warm, and so yeah, all those small mammals are on the move, and there's a lot of other things going on which are expected during this lunar cycle, during this eagle moon. For instance, like, you probably, if you're a resident in Lethbridge and following this channel, you probably noticed that there's honeybee scouts looking out, trying to find the first flowers, which will, in the coulees, primarily be at the bullberry plants when that occurs. But we're not quite there yet. But they always, they always got the scouts going out, and that's a dangerous mission for those scouts, because, they're expending energy, and they're not going to get any energy gain in return. And sometimes scouts will go out on those kind of missions and end up freezing and that kind of thing. But yeah, there's been some insect activity, a few honeybees out here and there, and a few flies that I've noticed. And on the waters, we're seeing the geese have coupled up again, are kind of casting out, their goslings from last year who've spent the winter with them, and they're pushing them away, and they're going back into nesting mode. So all over the pond and on the river, geese are doing this. You can go out and observe it. Even though there's ice still on the water, they're starting to claim the areas that they're going to nest, which are going to be primarily on islands or structures that they perceive to be islands, like the pillars of the high-level bridge, for instance. There's always geese that try to nest on those concrete anchors. These kind of things. Sometimes in one of the hawk nests, above the pond, occasionally a goose will try to nest up there. But but the main point is they're trying to get away from the ground predators, So, but right now, yeah, they're claiming territory, and it's a good thing, because at this point we're not far off. We're past the full moon of Bidaki-some, so we're less than a full lunar cycle before those geese are going to be laying eggs. goodness. I am thoroughly enjoying watching this taco meat be prepared. Because I'm envisioning the burrito that's coming up that I'm going to digest. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I tried to take a photograph of this meat cooking and send it to Chelsea to show her how things coming along, because, you know, as I'm watching it and it's bubbling and, you know, there's steam rising up and you can see the kind of the oils and stuff moving around with the taco seasoning, and it's all good stuff. But I just couldn't capture it on photo, and I don't know if video is going to do it any justice at all either, but we're trying it out. Probably not, but we're trying it out. Anyway, what else is going on? Well, I guess like not a lot has changed in the past week, but this was the kind of the final week of Chelsea being without wheels, and so a lot of my efforts, I think, over the week have been put towards supporting you know, her getting to work, which is, you know, a long commute, and then, you know, watching the kids in the hours after their school and this kind of thing. So I've been doing some babysitting and I've had some fun times. We had one night where Cody, the little girl, you know, she's trying to like assert her independence and this kind of thing, right? So she says, she was asking, you know, if we could go to a park across the street, and I was telling her, no, if, you know, if William, if her older brother wants to go with her, she can go to this park that's right over here that she doesn't have to go across the street toward. And, you know, William didn't want to go with her. William didn't want to go with her, so I told her, well, you can't go to the park. And then she's like, all right, well, I'm going for a walk. So I said, okay, but don't walk out of my eyesight here, you know, stay on the sidewalks and this kind of thing. So, okay. So she was going for a walk, and she got herself all prepared and this kind of thing, and went marching out the door. It was kind of dusk, you know, so it took a little bit of bravery once she got, you know, a few paces, a few meters down the sidewalk. You know, she started worrying and this kind of thing. I kind of watched her, hey, out there. I didn't let her know I was watching her, but I watched her as she went, and she got so far, and then she's kind of looking around, and then she braved it out and went a little further, you know, and then she's like, okay, I'm out of here, and she started hustling back toward the apartment. But she did that a few times, and she was out here and there, and then she came back, and she had this key that she'd found. So what's going on this evening? What's this key about?
I got it from for the glass.
You found it outside?
Yeah.
Because you were outside taking walks and being brave and stuff, and you found it?
Yeah.
And it looks like it's a mailbox key or some kind of key. Somebody's probably missing that key. So what's going on? William's trying to make a trade for the key. Why are you trying to trade for the key? Why do you want the key?
Because I was trying to find stuff and I can't find it. And
you didn't go out there. You didn't go looking for anything.
I'll go look, guys. I'll go look. You have to get your shoes on. No, me, no want to be barefoot like him. How can I be barefoot like him?
Yeah, if you take off your sock, then you'll be barefoot.
Why?
I don't know. You're the one that wanted to be barefoot. There you go. There you're barefoot. Go feel what it feels like. Help William find some kind of treasure.
William, I'm coming. Wait.
I just get the biggest kick out of how, you know, this key became so quickly this major coveted object. You know, this really powerful object, and what was behind that. And I think what it was Mom's adoration. You know, both Cody and William knew that when Chelsea walked in the door after her shift from work, whoever had the key to offer her, the key that was perhaps her own lost mailbox key, didn't turn out that way, by the way, but could have been, because Chelsea had lost a mailbox key, and this was definitely a mailbox key. So yeah, they both knew that whoever had that key was gonna have some mom loves right off the hop in the door, and the exciting story to tell and what have you. So it was funny. William was trying to barter. I got just a little bit of that, but there was a lot of that. Like he was bringing out, you know, this and that, whatever he thought Cody might cherish. You know, these were her own possessions in some cases. Like I think the one that is in the video that I showed is actually, you know, Cody's own sign, right? But William's like, you know, if you like this, trade this. Give me that key. He really wanted it, and when that bartering wasn't working, earlier on, you know, he had scoped out the idea of going outside and looking for his own treasure, but had turned back because of the darkness. But when the camera was going, when I was interviewing Cody and all of that, William just, you know, as soon as it was brought up, oh, you didn't go out there and find anything, then he's like, all right, guys, let's go out there. I'm going to go out there and find that thing. He goes into a YouTube mode, like he knows how, you know, the power of the camera too, right? And he wants to put on a certain face, so he was going to go out and find his treasure. Didn't end up turning up anything, unfortunately. Wasn't William's night, but maybe it taught him a lesson not to try to steal Cody's thunder. I don't know. There we have it. The sacred first burrito. First one of the batch. And I am fortunate in being home alone for the moment, such that I can have the first taste, which is always an honor. Oh yeah. Yep. I'm gonna do this. Then I'll get back. Oh yes. Oh yes, it's in me. Burrito number 1 is in me. All of it. Working its magic. No, my stomach is calling for burrito number 2. He's like, throw another one down here. Put another one down. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if you can really handle that. You know? 1, it's a pretty good dose right there. Full burrito? I think so. So I don't know. I'm going to let it sit for 20 minutes, a half hour. And if I feel like an actual hunger, like a hunger that I know isn't just mediated by the, you know, the stomach's in the process of stuff. It's like, come on, let's see what else you got. Let's see what else you got. It's ready to put it on the assembly line, you know, and get it running through the system. When all that activity calms down, we'll see if it actually wants more. I suspect not. Meanwhile, I'm going to pack some of these up, get them ready to go. As far as the update goes, there's not a whole lot more to say. You know, it's really a support week for me. I got Mahoney up to Calgary for a medical appointment. I spent a couple of nights at the house with Mahoney and the dogs, and you know, still trying to enjoy spending some time together. It's working, you know, and we've been going out. We went out for a walk at the pond and this kind of thing as well. But she hasn't been comfortable with me filming her lately, so I've left that off of the film record. But yeah, helping Mahoney get to work, helping her get to her medical appointments, helping Chelsea get to work, helping get the kids, either to or from or both, from daycares and schools and this kind of a thing, and then running a few skunks in the mornings, and trying to get some work done on my beaver exhibit for the nature center, which really the noose is tightening as far as deadline goes. You know, it's Friday. By Tuesday, I think I really need to have my stuff solid to send to a printer. Some of the things I'm going to have in the exhibit, and that work is just not there yet, you know. There's lots of notes and things and ideas, but the actual writing and then you know, the presentation of the writing, right? So I got a lot of work to do in the next very few days. Still haven't sequestered myself at the library like I thought I would, but you know, schedule has felt tight, even though it seems like when I tally up what did I do this week, seems like not a whole lot, but it feels like my days are just go 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 go. So I don't know. I guess that's about it. Maybe I'll leave you with some footage. I know I've got some footage of our bedtime routine. Been having, you know, one of the nights that we were trying to get the kids to bed, they didn't want to go to bed, and so I was like, I'm gonna drag you guys to bed, and they're like, go for it. So, you know, I dragged them one by one, you know, into the bedroom, and they dug it. They really enjoyed that. They enjoyed trying to save each other from the drag, and you know, trying to cling to the walls and this kind of thing, and hold themselves and not get dragged to the bed. And so now it's a ritual. If I'm here and I'm here for the night, you know, they won't go to bed until I drag them to bed. So fun stuff. That's the life of Rye right now. Nature is starting to open up. The warm weather is here, so we might have more kind of nature focus, less biopic stuff in the future, but we'll see.